On September 11, 1973, Chile's military headed by General Augusto Pinochet launched a violent coup d'etat that overthrew democratically elected President Salvador Allende, the first Marxist ever elected to lead a Latin American country. The coup began at dawn with Chilean Air Force jets bombing La Moneda, the presidential palace. Allende delivered a final radio address to the nation and then died by suicide as the building was stormed. In days and months following the coup, Pinochet's junta waged a brutal campaign of political repression. Thousands of left-wing Chileans were arrested, tortured, or disappeared. Estimates put the number detained in the first 3 years at around 130,000, with thousands killed or missing just in the initial months. The infamous Estadio Nacional Santiago's National Stadium served as a detention and torture site for hundreds, including popular singer Victor Jara. An estimated 6,918 people suffered political detention and torture in the city of Valparaiso alone. Tens of thousands of Chileans went into exile, scattering to Europe and the United States and Mexico. The US under President Richard Nixon played a pivotal, if covert, role in the lead up to the coup. While public records claimed the US did not provide direct assistance to the coup plotters, CIA documents and declassified briefings show that the Nixon administration funded coup, spread disinformation, and deliberately working to make the Chilean economy scream to undermine Allende. By the 1970s, Washington had spent up to $8 million in covert operations to destabilize Allende's government. The coup became a blueprint between 1950 to 1990. Latin America saw 145 coups, nearly half of which were successful. Post-coup, Chile's GDP per capita dipped by about 10% within 5 years, and US exports to Chile surged even as the country's democracy, judicial independence, and rights protections plummeted. Since then, the US directly or indirectly financed regime change operations in Haiti, Venezuela, Bolivia, Ecuador, Nicaragua, Argentina, El Salvador, and Honduras. In Brazil, from 2016 to 2018, a combination of politicized codes and media campaigns with covert US support led to the impeachment of President Dilma Rousseff and the jailing of Luis Inacio Lula da Silva. In Venezuela, in 2002 and from 2014 to 2022, the US supported two coup attempts, most notably the short-lived ouster of Hugo Chavez in 2002, funded opposition groups and imposed heavy sanctions. In Honduras, in 2009, the US under President Obama tacitly backed the military's removal of President Manuel Zelaya, ushering in a decade of violence and mass migration. Studies show at least 27 US-backed or influenced coup or attempted coup in Latin America between 2000 and 2021.